Okay, so this is going to be the seventh video on the WonderWare HMI, and we're just going to add in a few things and just try to clean things up. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of that. I can get rid of this, and I think, well, we'll keep this. I still want to play around with this. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to, say, timer 1, and I'll go back here and change the font, and I'll make it big and bold. Okay, and I'll get rid of that. Now copy this over here and make it timer 2. And I think what I want here is I'm going to change this to current value. And I'll change this just to, say, set point. And okay, and then I'm going to take these guys. Well, first let me delete that. And I'll copy both of these over to here. And so now what I'm going to have is I'm going to bracket all these out here. I'm going to make these a little bit bigger too. Make that 12. And I'll make all these the same. And again, this is pretty nice for if you're changing same thing on several things, so you only have to do it one time. Now let me kind of separate these guys out so they're a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is, first off, well, these guys are okay, but let me do this. I'm going to move these guys so they're off a little bit. Now what I want to do is put all these underneath the timer 1, so everything is going to be in here. But what I wanted to show is if I wanted to align these guys, I highlight this and control highlight this. Now they both have handles, but this one has black handles, which means it's our reference. So we usually use graphics, but we're going to do some stuff with formatting. So I want to align these, and here I'm going to align it to this one. This is my reference, so I'm going to align left, and it just moves over. Now same thing, I'm going to do this, highlight this, and highlight this. So this is my reference, and now I'm going to align, and I'm going to align, so this is vertically that I'm aligning. So that was wrong. So align center horizontally. So now they all are centered up with this top one. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to move him a little up. And I'm going to put a graphic, and I'm going to tie them all together. So I'm going to put a rounded rectangle around these guys. And that's probably okay. I'm going to highlight this, and let's see what type of color I can put in there. Okay, I'm just going to put that. It's probably not what I want, but I'm going to send this to the back, and now I have all this information underneath my timer. Now that I have everything kind of aligned and whatnot, I'm going to go into these guys, highlight them all. I'm going into format, and I'm going to group all these as one group. And now everything will move together, and I think even more importantly, if I wanted to resize this, they all resize together. So that's a pretty nice function. So let's try to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to line this one, this one, this one, and we'll align these to, that's vertical, so we want horizontal. and then we're going to highlight that guy and that guy. We're going to align to the left, and now I can also align this guy to this guy, and he's my reference, so I'm going to align to the top. Sorry about that. And now I'm going to I will put the rounded rectangle on there. And we'll make him the same color, and then move him to the back. Okay, so, well, actually for right now I'm going to quickly ungroup him, because what I need is I want this guy aligned with that guy. So now I'll format and align top, and I'll do the same with this and this, and again it'll be aligned top. Okay, so now they'll look alike, but now I've got to do the same for this to this, and I wonder if they're the same offset. Well, I'll do them one at a time. So these will be aligned top, and I'll do the same thing down here. Line top. Okay, so that's okay. This one kind of looks like this should be moved over a little bit. Okay, and I'll go there and I'll format. I want to group. Okay, so now those are grouped. Now I'm going to probably take these guys, move them down a little bit, and I want to group all my start. So I'll go in here, my rounded rectangle, I'll put it around everything. Now I don't really want this reset in here. So let's see, I'll make this one black. I like black as my control panel. And I'll send him to the back. Now, actually, because this is only going to show up when we need to hit reset, I'm going to put him right above the reset. So when it comes time to reset, I'm going to put him on there. And I think that's about all I want to show here. One of the things that we started with originally was we had the exit button here, and we said we can use this, and what I'm going to do is copy him over here, and I'm going to highlight him. Now this had that Visual Basic script, and we want to delete this, so we'll get rid of that, and we want to go into opening a screen. And actually the first thing I need to do is to get another screen. So go into the screen, insert, and I'll make this the configuration. So I'll call it, then get the C, config, and I'll copy him and put that into the runtime title bars. And that'll give me another screen. Now I want to go back here. I'm going to do Control A, Control C, and I'll go back here and I'll copy everything here, and I'm going to move it off a little bit, and I'm going to unselect everything and change this to configuration. So what I want to do is get rid of most of this stuff, but these guys here are configuration, so I'm going to leave those. So I'm going to get rid of these, and I think I'll keep this guy, and I think we want to also keep this system on. So, and well, we should have the same cycle count for setting up and configuration like the other ones. But what we want to show is we want to change this exit, and we're going to open screen, but now, okay, so what I didn't do is save the screen. So I'm going X out, save, and this will be config. And so now we'll have two screens that we can go back and forth. Now what I have to do on my configuration screen, I'm going to go in here and change this button. So it's going to now open the configuration. No, so this is the configuration. I want to open main. They have to be kind of crisscrossed. I'll go back to the button and I'll make this main. And I'll change the font back to black. And originally we said that the exit was going to be red to distinguish it from the rest. And if we had several screens, they'd all look like this and they'd be black. So let's go back to here, and we've got exit, exit. We're going to make this one say config. So this one will open config, and we'll go back to button. We'll make it config, and we'll make the font black. So right now, if we go in there and we just hit run, we should be able to go back and forth between the screens. So here's our main button, that gets us back here. Here's config, gets us back here. So what we want to do, let's see. Okay, so I was going to go out, and I was going to make a little more room in the middle of the screen because I wanted to put a couple of things in here. And I think I'll move these guys kind of out of the way. Oh, and this one says T2 set point. This should be cycle count set point. And really, when you're just putting text, they don't need the underscores. That's a habit that I have from putting that on there. And we'll move this guy kind of out of the way too. Well, we don't want this in the path. So I guess what I'm really going to do is I'm going to move these guys out of the way over here. Now, what I wanted to put in here was just, well, two things. So let's go in here and we can put background colors in here. And let's see, we're going to, let's see, fill effects. And let's pick an off blue. Well, that didn't do the fill that I wanted. See, background color. So I want fill effects, and I think I want something like this maybe. Okay, and color. Well, let's just see what that looks like. We'll apply it. We'll say okay, and let's see what it looks like and run. And we need main. We've only done this to main, and we didn't change, that color didn't stick to change to black. So let's go in here and back to button, to the font. We're going to make that black. Okay, okay. Now I'm going to change this to background color. And the color, I'm going to try this color. Now somehow when I'm doing this, this is not giving me my fill. So fill effects. Well, however it turns out, that's what we're going with. The one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to go back into here before we use this to put in our trolley, but I also have on my computer, and somewhere I've got the ACC logo. Don't save that. Now we've got this, and we're going Control A, Control C, and we'll put it in here. Again, it's going to appear up in the corner. And Control V, and we'll just, well, I got two of them. Put two of them in there, and I got to put the logo in. It's in my contract. So now let's just take a look at what we have. So somehow we need to fix it so we're not showing up on the secondary screen. But if we exit and we take a look at this programming, now what we had before was we're counting to 200 millisecond intervals. So I want to count into like 100, and I want to count to 400. It's just kind of guess. And what I want to do in the WonderWare is I want to make sure that this is going to tie into that TD3. So that's what I want. And let me write project into the PLC. And there we go. Alright, okay, and now we'll go back in here and we'll go into run, and let's see what this looks like. Well, and let's try to see what's going on here, why it always shows up in that. If we go into project, and let's see, it's either viewer options maybe. Startup screen, let's see for main and see if that takes care of it. Okay, so let's go into run. Nope. Okay, I don't know. So let's just go into reset and see what our system will look like. So reset, start. Oh, and I'm going to stop this, because I want this to be 2. I want this to be 2. We still want to count fast. And let's see, reset, start, and well, this isn't doing what I want. How come we're at that? Oh. This is our system reset. What I need to do is reset from the control panel. So let me stop it. Well, gotta go into run. And stop. And reset. And reset there. So that resets it all the way. Somehow I have to put the reset in here, so well, let's do that. Since our reset for the HMI is C4, so we want this to be here. We're going to put this in a branch, so we want a row after, and that'll be normally open C4, and we'll do our line drawing deal. Okay, and let's download that. And okay, so this will be the last shot. And again, if it's not what you want, it takes a little trial and error. The more you do it, the better you get. And again, takes some getting used to. So let's make this 2, 2, and 2 there. We'll reset everybody. We'll start it. Now, because we're doing a bit or counter and counting to a higher value, it's more granular, actually, I don't know, kind of analog rather than a little jumpy. It still jumps around, but you know, it's a little smoother. And you can do some experimenting to try to get it to smooth out and kind of be really smooth when it goes. So let's see what we're going to end up with here. And I don't know where my counter went, if I might have deleted it. But okay, so we almost made the right, we got half the puck put in the right place. So we have that, we have some more visualization. An important thing is being able to have another screen, and configuration is usually a really good screen to have. And you want to configure different functions. Again, there's not too terribly much, but you could have this as a black cup timer fill, the white cup timer fill. You can count, you can count the total number of cups processed. You can count white cups, black cups. You can do certain things, and you can, whatever you can imagine, you can pretty much do. So that's where we stand with the WonderWare HMI. And, again, go to the WonderWare site. If you register, they have really great videos that help you out quite a bit. All right, that's it for the WonderWare HMI videos. Thanks. Good luck.